One of the skills you use while reading is called making inferences. An inference is a logical conclusion based on evidence that an author gives you in a text. If that sounds complicated, don't worry. You actually make inferences in your life every single day. For example, let's say you wake up in the morning and you're not sure how to get dressed. So you look out your window and you see something like this scene. You notice that there's snow on the ground. So you know, I should dress warmly because it's cold outside. How did you know that? Nobody told you it was cold, but you saw the snow. So you saw the clues that helped you figure it out. Another example is when you watch a movie. Nobody is there telling you this is the bad guy and this is the good guy. But you watch the characters' actions, you listen to what they say, you're seeing what they're doing, maybe how they're dressed, maybe how it's shot, and also maybe even like the music playing behind them every time that they come on screen. And looking at all those clues, you can figure out or you can infer that, oh, this is the antagonist. He is the bad guy in this TV show or in this movie. So now how do you do this in a reading? How do we figure this out? Well, there's three big things that we have to pay attention to. First is you have to draw upon your prior knowledge. The second is that you are looking for details in the text. And the third is the tone and the language used. So to draw upon your prior knowledge, you have to think about, what do you know about that topic? What do you know about what the author is talking about? If you had no prior knowledge of snow, if you had no life experience where you have ever encountered snow or seen pictures of it or even heard of it, you would not know that it's cold. But since most of us have experienced snow in some way, whether in real life or we've read about it or seen it on TV or seen pictures of it, then we know that it's cold. So you draw upon that prior knowledge in order to make an inference. You also want to pay careful attention to the details that an author uses in the text. Read very closely. Look for clues. So pay attention to all the facts that are given to you. And that will help you make an inference. The third thing is the tone and the language used. An author may talk about something in a certain way that gives you insight or gives you information into how to make a judgment about that thing. So for example, let's say an author's talking about an apartment. The author might say, I live in an old apartment from 1952. So we know that this apartment building was built in 1952, but we don't really know anything else. We have no idea how the author feels about that apartment. But if the author said, I live in an old, cramped, run-down, broken down apartment from 1952, you could start to figure out there's a negative meaning there. They're saying it's old and it's cramped and it's run down, things are broken, so they don't like it very much. But on the other hand, the author could have said something like, I live in a lovely, retro little apartment that was built in 1952. So there we get a good positive connotation or a positive meaning where the author has nice warm feelings about that apartment. Even though it's old, they think it's pretty cool and they like it. So paying attention to those things will help you make an inference from a text. You have to look at all of the information given and draw upon your prior knowledge and see how the author is talking about something, and then that will help you infer meaning.